I just got back from my first chiropractor experience. It's very strange. My back's always been cool, but once you get married, everything falls apart because, wives, they just want to sit around and watch Notebook all day. So Notebook isn't good on the back. And for the record, I refuse to watch The Notebook, but I was watching Love is Blind last night and got thoroughly sucked into that at the expense of my back. So anyways, I was told by a PT I had a herniated disc, so I saw this chiropractor today. I'm filling out forms in his office, and the first strange things started to happen. First, I'm noticing there's little children's books, but they're children's books that are highly political. The bleep is bleeping up the country, it's like, his whole office was propagandized, stickers and hats and stuff. I'm like, am I a freaking political rally right now or what? I see him and I'm telling him what the PT told me, the physical therapist, about the herniated disc, and he's like, oh, no. Other guys will treat you the same, but I'm going to treat you uniquely. Puts his finger on my neck like so hard. I'm like, I thought it was like a Bruce Lee sleeper move. I was pretty sure that he was like some grasshopper disciple. Who the frick is this guy? He does the whole like break your neck thing. It's like a movie. I'm going to get my neck broken. Or like move your head, and then he puts all his weight and kind of body slams me a little bit. And it's like, and I'm like, ugh. He has this picture of his family, and he's like, in the picture, you get this big old mustache. And then he's got this super Latina wife, in like traditional garb, Central American, and he's got his Central American kids, I started complimenting him, but that would quickly backfire because I'm like, I like that you're married to someone from another country. Yeah, she's Peruvian. Yeah, I always dated women from Central and South America. They're my favorite. Yeah. And then the more I look at his photos of his wife and his kids that are just right there in the office, the more he looks at me like, you checking out my wife? I turn and I look at the photo of his daughters, and I'm just looking at him, and I turn and he's like, and we have that moment we're just looking at each other. I'm like, oh, this is uncomfortable. Checking out his, just admiring his beautiful family. Yeah, I can't tell what you've got, but you just need to align the column, and your back is like, it's like a bag of potato chips, and then you've got like a bunch of like a sea anemone on top of it, right? And then you've got a fat chick, and she's on there, and she's pushing, and she's trying to eat those potato chips. And I'm just like, man, I am really lost in this analogy here. It means she eats too many potato chips, and she's got to crunch the bag. And the bag, my friend, is Ruffles. And Ruffles he gets out these devices and he goes, yeah, in chiropractic school, no one does this anymore. And that's going to be a great start. Other chiropractors don't do this. But let me tell you, it is 100% something that I do. I'm like, okay, this is an interesting start. He has basically a bunch of power tools, and he just uses a variety of power tools on me, one of which was essentially a staple gun without staples. It was like the exact same. Has me lay down, and he's like rubbing my back, and I'm super sensitive, and it's getting really uncomfortable because I'm so ticklish. I'm tightening up. I'm like, he's like, why don't you just relax? Just relax, buddy. And I'm like, okay, this is getting sexual here. He starts using the stapler on me. It's just down my spine. And it's really weird. I'm trying to not laugh and fart. And I wish I wore deodorant because I was stinking. I was like, oh, super ripe. So he staples me up and down, turns me on my side, and then things get really weird. Contorts me in a way where it's almost as if I'm a woman he's trying to have sex with. Ugh. Yeah, it's like he turns me on my side with my butt, and he's like, yeah, and he like gets all up on me, and he's like, okay, so let's see here, we're gonna go like this, and it's like he's like slamming me, he's like, and I'm just like, yeah, man, you just gotta loosen up, man, and then he's got this table thing where he like raises sections of the table and he lowers them quick, like, without asking any questions about my symptoms or my pain of anything. He treats me the exact same as the two patients right before him who I listened to him talk to. And the whole time he's telling me, other chiropractors will treat you the exact same, but I'm going to treat you the exact same as them. He's like trying to differentiate himself, but he painted himself as the exact same, as well as quite a mad hatter. Raising is like raising and lowering sections of this table, and you got the staple thing, and then he gets out his buffer, basically a floor buffer. He just puts out a floor buffer all up my lower back and my back. And I'm just like, this guy literally has no idea what could be wrong with me. And he's doing all this weird stuff, like pseudo raping me with his clothes on. And I'm half hard. He's fully hard. I mean, I'm sitting there looking at his wife just to less awkward. Like getting pseudo raped by my chiropractor with his clothes on after he staples me. And he's drop zoning my neck and back. I leave, and then slowly the pain starts to come back throughout the day, which is exactly what my dad told me. Is like, son, don't make you feel better, but you know what? The pain will come back, and they just want more adjustments from you. Pretty much what happened. The chiropractor didn't know what the heck planks were. Planks? Yes, well, I don't believe in heavy lifting. And I'm like, a plank? And I showed him the plank. He's on, oh, to get my strong abs, I do it right in the shower. I just breathe, and then I hold my abs, and and it's great. Get nice strong abs, tight butt, and I do about 6 sets of those. And I'm like, can you actually like get abs doing that, or strengthen your abs, or have you ever heard of anybody who does this for abs? How'd you get that 8-pack abs? Yeah, I just breathed in. I do about 6 sets of breathing a day. Gets me my 8-pack abs, gets me a tight ass. That's it. I just breathe for my biceps too. I just like to smack myself in the face for some triceps and pinch my dick for some hamstrings. The situation was just getting so weird. So I don't know. I left the office feeling slightly abused, but slightly taken care of too. As weird as the staple gun was and his whole drop zone thing, like I felt better. I feel better. I feel like I just made up the whole thing. And maybe I don't know. It's like this person told me I had a herniated disc and I was jacked up. I don't know. After getting molested by the chiropractor, I feel kind of better. I feel like, maybe I'm not that bad looking after all, despite the fact that I'm married and getting flabby and soft and watching too much notebook ass stuff. So anyways, I guess the moral of the story is we still don't know if chiropractors are snake oil salesmen or rapists. I'm somewhere in between. I think they like to rub their boner on you, but they also kooky ass people in the medical community, aren't they? Hey, what about an inversion table for my supposed herniated disc? And he's like, well, the thing about those is they treat your whole back. If it treats my whole back, then my whole back will be good, right? Well, you see, the problem is that it just treats everything. Honestly left with more questions than answers, and I just want to go back to get another molested. I have to ask his wife to join me next time. He had this like 1970s bushy mustache with like, the collared shirt and like the parted hair with like the cheesy like smile in the photo, and he's got like his wife, and she's like, and then the daughters, they're like holding like a little basket or something. That was eating up those wife boobs through the photo. Who the frick are chiropractors? Are they just looking for excuses to touch your butt? He did touch my butt a lot.